I think we can play really well and lose a game, and I can take a sense of satisfaction from that. But the opposite is also true. I think we could win a game and not play the way I think we should, and I'd be quite disappointed with that. So my main aim is just playing the way that we set out, and by and large we've done that. So I find that very satisfying. Some games we've obviously done it better than others.
$17 years we've had to wait to breach this fortress. They're a very strong team in these conditions, and they've picked a brilliant team to use in these conditions as well. To come and play such a game is so nice, heartwarming, and it just tells us that we are on the right path.
The other thing that I'm really pleased about is we've adapted really well to the challenges. You know, in any season, it's never just a straight line towards winning a trophy. There's loads of speed bumps along the way, and you've got to be able to adapt to those challenges. So, for example, slightly tricky home conditions, we had to adapt to that.
Obviously disappointing loss for us. Sensational start, 𝗘𝗃 by you. Cameo from you, cameo from Tim at the end gave us something. Okay, but I think we all know that defending here, we need more than that. Because we know that track, and we've got very little control over that track at the moment. Not sure how well we adjusted to what that pitch was doing. It was quite stocky, and it was turning.
Even starting with predominantly away fixtures at tough venues, we had to adapt to that. That was tricky. We've had a few injuries that we've had to adapt to, and it's been good to see that other players have come in and done well.
Alright, don't worry about that. Just one thing, just for fast bowlers, outstanding position. You'll buy yourself 1-2 microseconds, that's all I want. When you have a team that is doing well like we did in the first half, almost assured of playing the same 12 for most games unless there's an injury. So you have a group of players, at least 8 to 10 players who know that they might not start or play in that game. So to keep their motivational levels up, to keep them still hungry and make sure that when the opportunity comes they're ready for it is one of the biggest challenges. And I must admit, Andy and the group have tried really hard, and they have nailed a process which has kept them not only hungry but also kept them improving. Because when they improve, they feel they'll get back better cricketers, either for the domestic sides or for the international sides. And that has been a feature of what we have tried to achieve in this small space that we have had in these 2 months. I would like to think, and this is a feedback only the players can give, that we have genuinely made them slightly better than where they reached when we came here.
Injuries and illness are part and parcel of a competition like this. A lot of cricket in a short space of time with lots of travelling. And you can't always control what players come in having done, or even what they're preparing for.
इंजरी वो सी गेम्स जो हमारा होम ग्राउंड पे था उससे हुई थी, और वो फ्रैक्चर है अभी भी, और अभी सही नहीं हुआ है। और मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि कैसे मतलब थोड़ा कुछ मैनेज करके जितना कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकता हूँ उतना करूँ, और लास्ट गेम में तो आई एम रेडी टू टेक अ रिस्क।
When you prepare for an auction, you prepare for the starting 12 without doubt. But then comes the rest of the players that could play in case there's loss of form, injury, etc. And I think we have been most proud of that aspect of our auction as well. The kind of players that we chose, almost everyone who stepped in has found a way to deliver for the team. And credit should go to the individual more than anything else, because they were waiting for an opportunity, seeing how this team functioned. They enjoyed being part of the team, but most importantly, when the opportunity came, they grabbed it with both hands and did a really nice job.
You know, 𝗘𝗃𝗵𝗴 coming in for 𝗘𝗃𝗍𝗃 is a good example.
Offence, 50 in your second IPL match. It was just pure class that innings, and you know everyone's so happy to watch you play and enjoyed watching you play. So well done, mate.
I mean, it's pretty special. Always nice to do it in a win as well. I thought we were taking it pretty close at the end there, but no, it was great to bat out there and do it with 𝗍𝗏. But yeah, really happy for it.
Romario coming in, having an impact quite quickly. Even some of the changes we had to make at the start of the year with the odd bowling.
Lungi and Gidi in that CSK game. All of them at different points of time have stepped in, done their job to a T and helped RCB cross the line when it mattered.
If the people come in and they're ready to go, it means that you don't feel the consequences of those illnesses and injuries too much. If somebody gets ruled out, it's obviously unfortunate, but you try and replace that player as best you can.
Dave's injury happened, then there's a process to figure out when he will be ready. When we knew he wasn't going to be ready, then we went through the scouting process. The scouting process is a very strong process. Malolan Rangarajan heads it. One of 𝗔𝗱𝗽𝗴's greatest strengths were how well he scouted for the English team. So he brings that to the table.
Calling up replacements is quite a tricky thing, I think, because obviously when you're at an auction and you're trying to recruit a team, you look at a pretty blank canvas or a large pool of players, and you can try and plan for the people that you're interested in. And you don't have to worry too much about price point because the auction will take care of that, other than the budget that you're setting. When you get to something like a replacement player, there are a few constraints. You can only recruit a player up to the price point of the player you're replacing, so there's a challenge there. And also you've got to go with the players that are available, appreciating that quite a few of the teams have already snapped up some of the players you might be interested in. So it isn't straightforward. For us, we try to, where we need to replace with a like for like, that's what we try to do.
The process that we go through is quite fascinating. So when Malolan goes through the names that we want, very close to how we look at players, what we do, and then the whole group sits and decides. And it was obvious that Mayank is the right choice. We know what he's done before. He's a local boy as well, and he's won so many games with the bat. It almost became a simple one once that name was given.
He's a lovely guy. For those of you who haven't spent time with him, he does everything 120% for the team. We will have an amazing time having him with us. And I can guarantee you that this guy will do anything and everything for this team, because I know this team is very close to his heart. And we always wanted to get back here, not in this way, but God has plans for everyone, and your hard work has really shown you've not stopped working hard. So we're sure you're going to have a great impact on the team, and welcome back home once again, Mayank, and all the best.
Someone like 𝗘𝗃cie 𝗴𝗽 coming in, we felt was a decent match for 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗴𝗽. He's a powerful player, he's incredibly skillful, and he's quite versatile. You know, he might not be left-handed like Jacob, but he is versatile and he can bat in a number of different positions. And he's recently been playing T20 cricket not far away. Similarly, we replaced Lungi with 𝗑𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Lungi's profile when he bowled for us is the sort of guy who's quite a tall bowler, bowls quite heavy length, decent sort of pace-off change-ups. 𝗑𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is obviously incredibly tall. He's somebody who bowls hard length as well, so there's a bit of a likeness there. Andy and I prefer things not to get to a point where you have to have what might be described as harsh meetings. If you're reflecting and reviewing honestly, and if you have a culture where people are prepared to give each other feedback, whether that's coach to coach, player to player, coach to player, or player to coach, any of those things are viable, then I think those sorts of conversations happen all the time. It's probably quite natural that after you lose a game, you feel like you want to interrogate some of those things in a little bit more detail.
You don't have to live up to any reputation. You use your cricketing nous. Play the situation, play to your strengths.
You know, we try to have the sort of mindset that we review games in as close to a similar way as possible, whether we won or lost. But naturally, you'll probably interrogate some of those things that have gone wrong a little bit more when you get to games that you've lost. So we believe in honest conversations and honest dialogue all the time, and it's the only way really that you can achieve peak performance.